All right, man. Week 1 is officially over. We're already starting into week 2 of the NFL season. So let's do some predictions. See if you can get some of these
All right.
right. I want to go ahead and start
Sounds
off
good.
with a prediction I made in one of our other videos. I don't remember which one it was, but I said that the Patriots would beat the Bengals. You laughed at me, and they did it. So I was right. Just want to point that out.
They did. Hey, don't forget mine that I was right too when I saying Philadelphia will beat Green Bay and they
That's
pulled that
true.
off.
And
So
I said the opposite. So yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Although I think mine was a little more unique of a
Yours was
prediction.
yeah, yours was definitely the better one, or whatever. But we got it. So
All right, man. So talking about week 2, uh, Thursday night game already happened. We're a little bit behind on that. What do you think about that game?
that man, that game is just like a real heartfelt game for me, man. Just for the fact that Tua probably played his last snap of football that he's gonna play. So that's just a kind of a sad situation for him. But hopefully he can get get healthy, and just focus on his family since that's the most important thing. And yeah, he may lose his playing football career, but maybe he can still be involved in it somehow and have a good time. But yeah,
That's true. I mean, coaching and stuff's always an option, and maybe he'll kind of think about that and make a smart decision and
right.
go that route or something. But I mean, other than that loss for the Dolphins, the game itself, I mean, it was a very one-sided situation. It looks like the Bills
Yeah,
are a lot better than people thought they was going to be since they did,
yeah. I was picking the Dolphins because the way they look, like I really thought the Dolphins was gonna pull it out, but the Bills really surprised me, and they pretty much had that game won while Tua was still playing. So I mean, you can't really say it's just because Tua got hurt because he was throwing a lot of interceptions before he did. I think he had three before he ended up getting injured late in the third. But
I want to point something out, man. The Cardinals played the Bills week 1, and we about beat them. So I'm going to say that the Cardinals are better than the Dolphins. All right, that's my point.
okay, it's a
I
good
don't know if it's true,
statement.
but that's a point. All right, so rolling with the predictions, though, right here, this is the first game, I would say, technically, of the day, Sunday. The one that we're playing, the Panthers versus the Chargers. Who you
Yeah,
think's going to win this game, man?
man, this is hard for me, bro, because the off season ended. All the hype was there for Carolina to come out and put last year behind them. Everybody was excited. The fans was excited. The team was been hyped up, playing, having good chemistry in training camp, and preseason went really good. And then they came out and they did that, and I'm a little worried, man. I ain't gonna lie. Um, but with the game tomorrow, the Chargers is kind of a new team too, as well. They got a new coach and got a bunch of new players in the Chargers. So honestly, I mean, I don't know. I think it's got a good chance of going either way. But since Carolina's my team, I'm gonna pick Carolina. But I think it's got a good chance of going either way.
I want to be honest, I'm not just saying this because you're my buddy and the Panthers are your team, but I don't know, man. I feel like the Panthers might have a bounce back situation here. I think the Chargers are probably going to be thinking that it's going to be an easy game. They might go in a little full of themselves, and I think the Panthers are going to have a bounce back chance here. And I'm going to say that I believe they'll win just because of the that underdog mentality kind of feeling. I think they'll pull it
Right.
out.
Yeah. And but looking back at the first week, the Chargers got a win. Um, they pulled out a win in week one, and we started out 0-1 obviously, but getting blown out by the Saints. So hopefully we can get the schedule turned around and end up 1-1 at the end of tomorrow's game. So
Hope so,
we'll
man.
see.
Alrighty.
All right. So game two on the schedule looks like it is Las Vegas Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. What are you feeling for that one?
Ravens. I mean, I don't mean to, I don't mean to hurt the feelings of Raiders fans, but I don't know. Did the Ravens? I mean, I know they started off with a loss, but I mean, look at who they're playing. It's not going to be an easy win for that. But I mean, I think the Ravens are going to be a good team this year in general. So 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna pick them against pretty much whoever they're going against. I feel like so. That's my. I mean, they're the better
Yeah,
team. It feels like so.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't think you can argue too much with what you said. I agree with you. I think Ravens is gonna be the winners of this game. So
Easy peasy.
easy peasy.
So far, we same predictions. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I hope so. So moving on to New Orleans and Dallas. What do you feel like for that one? Because New Orleans came out looking good in all three phases last week against Carolina. Dallas also came out and laid Cleveland loss. So how you feeling with that game?
I just don't think that the Saints defense will be able to handle the Cowboys' offense, and I'm not sure that the Saints is really are really as good as they looked in that first game. I think they had, just kind of an element of surprise week one.
Right.
So I mean, I don't see a scenario where they beat Dallas, and I don't even like Dallas. So
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Um, yeah, I feel like this game is gonna be kind of a low scoring game. I feel like both of these teams has really good defenses, and I think that's gonna hold their offenses a little bit. I think it's gonna be maybe low scoring, but yeah, I feel like Dallas is probably gonna come out with the win. At least I hope so. Anyway, get some revenge for Carolina last week.
yeah, I might kind of go a little bit of an opposite direction. You say you think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game in favor of Dallas. I think Dallas is going to put up a lot of points on the
Okay.
Saints. I'm thinking
Yeah.
like I don't know. I'm thinking like 42 to like 14 situation.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. That big of a
just a
score.
that's just a guess.
I'm gonna say my guess. I'm gonna say 24-20.
Okay. Well, we're still on the same page so far. So
We'll revisit this video and figure out how we did with our guesses. So
yeah.
the next slate there is gonna be Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Two teams in that last week that both got a win. So
And put up a lot of points. Really, I mean
yeah,
the Buccaneers did. I'll be honest, man. This one's kind of tough for me. I'm not entirely sure who to go with on this one. I think I'm gonna give it an edge to Detroit. I think
okay,
their team, I mean, was good last year. They look better this year. I feel like already their defense looks better. Uh, I think that this is going to be their defense will win them this game. Surprisingly, I mean, I think it's going to be a high scoring, maybe a big shootout type game, but I think Detroit will come out on top.
okay. Yeah, I think Detroit is just a better all around team this year. They was really good last year, and I think they got even better this year. And which Tampa's, I mean, they're still really solid. They come out in week one and scored a lot of points and got the win. But I see Detroit pulling this one out and beating Tampa.
All right, man, we still on the same page. I honestly
Same
expected us
page.
to disagree on a couple things so far, but
I'm sure we will. We ain't
it's
got
going to
that
get
far
there.
down the
Yeah,
list.
yeah,
So.
that's true. All right, let's keep it rolling then.
All right, next game is gonna be the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers. How you feeling for that one?
All right, man. So if you'd have asked me this like the beginning of last week, I'd have said something different than I'm gonna say today. Because of
Okay.
Jordan Love not playing, which it don't look like he might play, but he's still showing as doubtful. Um, if Jordan Love does not play, which I don't think he's going to, then I'm 100% going to give this to the Colts because Green Bay's backup options, they're not very good. So I believe that the Colts will win just because of the players at Green Bay are down.
Okay.
Because I mean, they got quite a lot of people showing as questionable. Um,
Wow, that was a
that's a good
really
run.
good play call. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jaden Reed's showing questionable now with him possibly not playing, and like I said, Jordan Love not being in. It's just there's a lot of big players. Jacobs is still questionable. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that it's kind of iffy at this moment. So just for that reason, like I said, I'm gonna go with the Colts because I think it'd have been a really good game if everybody would have been playing. It would have been closer, but the
Okay.
Colts are looking really good this season already too. So I think they'll beat Green Bay.
Well, you spoke of it, bro, and you called it. That's right. I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna say Green Bay right here on this
Okay.
game. Yes, they probably gonna be without Jordan Love and maybe a receiver or two. It's questionable. So probably be a game time decision. But I think the reason I'm thinking Green Bay is I think their defense is too good not for them to hold the win right here. And Anthony Richardson, he's still is he's basically still doing his rookie year basically because he got hurt early last year and he's just now playing a second game of year two. So he still don't have a lot of games in the NFL under his belt yet, and so I think just for that fact, and that Green Bay defense is so solid, that I think Green Bay is going to be able to hold them, and they're going to come out with a win.
Man, yeah. Well, we disagree very strongly on that one because I just don't see any
Yeah.
possible way that that happens. Oh God,
Oh, check zone.
man. Sorry, we've had interception backs and
Oh, you
forth.
good? I know that was wild.
All right, man. What's we got next?
All right, so that's interesting. That's our first one we got to remember right there that we
Yeah,
picked different. So next game is going to be the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
man. I just gotta give it to to the Jaguars. Excuse me, instead of Browns because I was looking at the Joku. Um,
Right.
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't Cleveland. I don't know. I'm on that whole train of the thought of that if Watson's playing, they're not going to win a game, man. I know they looked okay defensively, but I mean their defense can't do everything because I mean if the quarterback's not making anything happen on offense and they keep giving the ball away and defense stays on the field the whole time, they're not going to be able to contain just like they didn't contain the Cowboys. So definitely
Right.
think that the Jaguars will get their first win for the season, and they will probably do it very defiantly, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I think that the Jaguars are gonna bounce back, and I think they're gonna pull out the win against Cleveland. And the biggest reason I'm thinking that is because ever since Deshaun has had them legal issues a few years ago, came back into the league from missing so much time. He ain't the same player as he was when he first got drafted and came into the league and led the Texans to the playoffs. He's just not that same player, caliber player, and it's obvious. He's making a lot of mistakes, and I just think he's got too many. He's got another new legal issue now that just came up the other day, and I think he's just got too much going on inside his head, and it's affecting his play. And I think Cleveland should be better off just to go ahead and cut ties with him, getting rid of him. But yeah, going back to the game though, I think Jacksonville is going to win that one.
Yeah. I mean, exactly what you say. It just with everything that's going on with Watson and stuff, man. I think as long as he's on their team, they're just not going to be able to win the way that they could without him. Because I mean, like they have a really good team. I think they do. They got a good defense, which was proven last year. You know, they kept them competitive throughout the whole year. And I mean, if
Right.
honestly, you know, they did a lot better with Watson on the bench than they did with him playing. And I
Yeah.
mean, kind of it feels like it could be the same way this year. If if you
They
have
got
free agents that can come out there and do a better job than their starting quarterback, then it feels like they should,
yeah,
hopefully the Browns will be able to get away out
and
of that
they
contract and stuff. So
and they've got a couple new additions at receiver. They are down Chubb right now. But their running back room's still pretty solid for the most part. They got some running backs that could get the job done until Chubb can come back. So yeah, I think Watson is a big part of the reason why they're not winning right now.
yeah.
I agree with
All right, man. I feel like we talked about that for a while because it's the truth. So
you.
I hope I mean, I'm sure most people agree with us. So what's
All
next?
right. Let's see. Moving on, we got the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. How you feeling with that one?
Man, I don't know. I'm okay. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I think the Vikings is gonna pull it out. Um,
Okay. I don't think it's too far stretch, bro, because they beat them last year. Minnesota
yeah,
beat them and surprised everybody.
I mean, I know Darnold isn't the greatest quarterback of all time or nothing, but yeah, he does a good job when he's fresh starting on a team. So I think there'll be a while before he falls off. I don't think he's going to be consistently great throughout the whole season, but I think these
Right.
couple of first games and stuff, he's going to really throw people off. They're not going to be able to plan for him very well. And with the way that they looked last week, they looked really good. The 49ers are still going to be missing McCaffrey, which I know is not a big deal. They won without him already, but he is a big part of their team. And I don't know. I just have a feeling that the Vikings are going to surprise people and that they'll pull it off and they'll beat the 49ers, and nobody's going to be ready for that.
Okay. I like it. This is going to be another one right here. I'm disagreeing with you, strongly disagreeing,
I
and I think
figured.
the 49ers is going to beat the living crap out of the Sam Darnold and this team here. There's no reason not for them to. If they lose to the if they lose to Minnesota, then there's something wrong with it. This 49ers team is cursed or something. But they should. I'm saying this is one of these ones where they should beat them like 48-10. So.
All right, well, we'll come back to that one too. I mean, I know that most people's probably going to call me crazy, and that's fine. But I just same thing I said about
Yeah.
the Patriots last time I spoke about them. I just have a gut feeling that it's just going to go that way. And I was right that time, so maybe I'll be right this time too. Maybe.
Well, and like I said, they did beat them. The Vikings did beat them last year, but that was with Kirk Cousins and not Sam
Yeah, that's
Darnold.
true.
So,
So I mean, there's a big difference, but it's hard for me to ever pick the 49ers to succeed
and one
because this don't
one
happen.
thing I'll give you one like another little reminder right here. Another big reason why is yeah, obviously they got Justin Jefferson, but their number two best receiver is on IR right now, T.J. Hawkinson, and he's still out right now, and I think that's another big factor because they don't have him to throw the ball to.
Yeah, I mean Darnold did a good job at spreading the ball around. In the other game that they played, I mean he did get a lot of people involved. It wasn't just Justin Jefferson's show. So if he can do that
Right.
again, and I mean the Vikings defense looks a little bit better than I think we expected. It's I mean there's a chance. That's all I'm trying to say, and I
Right.
I think that they'll pull it off.
All right, moving right along, we have the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Who do you think for that?
I'm gonna go with another Patriots for the second week in a row, man. I think they're still figuring a lot of things out with that team, but I'm not so sure if the Seahawks are really good. They played a not so great team and they got lucky to be honest with a lot of that game. I mean, things could have went a lot differently if they wouldn't have had some of the lucky stuff that happened for them. I feel like so. I think in this game, I think the Patriots will once again surprise people, get there, go 2-0 for the season, and the Seahawks will
Yeah.
fail to pull it off.
Okay, this one, Seattle, New England. This one, I feel like this game is going to be a pretty close game because I feel like the teams are pretty equal. The Patriots has got a really, really good defense. It's going to make it hard for Geno and that offense. But then at the same time, Seattle's got a really great offense with a lot of playmakers. So I think it's going to be a close game. Uh, but my pick, I'm going to go with Seattle
All right. I'll tell you
for the
another kind
win.
of thing that's kind of got me leaning towards the Patriots is also the fact that Seattle's probably going to be without their starting running back. And I mean, their backup's not no, not bad or nothing, but I do feel like that's going to hurt them a little bit. Um,
Yeah, I think one thing for the Patriots that I think is going to hurt them and slow them down is yeah they was able to win last week against the Bengals, but they didn't score a lot of points. And I think as long as Jacoby Brissett's their starter, I think he's going to hold them back. I think until they put their rookie Drake May in, I think that's when they'll really start showing that they can score a lot. But right now, while Jacoby's in, I think they're going to lose.
all right. Well, we'll come back and visit it, man. We both said something different on that one too. So we got a couple of predictions here. We're going to have to look back at. All right. What's next, my brother?
Um, Up next is the New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans.
um, Definitely going to go with the Jets on this one. kind of think same thing I said earlier with another prediction. I think this will be a very one-sided situation. I think that the Jets need to bounce back because they had a rough loss. Um, but
My bad.
you're
I
good.
don't know what that was.
A lot kind of caught me off guard with that. That's all right.
I keep trying that. Ever since we did that funny game like that, I keep trying it just to be stupid.
Might work out one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely think the Jets will. They'll make their.
Okay.
God,
Good job.
I can't get my mind going with this one. But anyway, the Jets. That's my pick.
Jets. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on this. I think the Jets is going to win this. Tennessee, man, they've lost a bunch of pieces th- this year coming into this year, lost a lot of pieces. Um, they should have won last week. I ain't gonna lie, but Chicago's defense played really good. But that's besides the point. But I think Tennessee is one of the worst teams in the league now, and I feel like they're down uh, in the bottom category of the league with my Panthers. So I don't. I think the Jets is gonna with Rodgers back and he's playing good again. I think it's gonna be an easy win for the Jets.
Yep. Well, I totally
Uh,
agree with you there.
all right, moving on
I was trying to
to the
say
New
that,
York.
but I was stuttering a ton. So I'm glad
Yeah,
you got the words out for me.
the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders now.
With the this one, I think I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Washington, man. I mean, they're not. These both of these teams are not the greatest at the moment, but I think Washington might just win out. It might be a kind of boring game, or it might be a shootout. It's kind of hard to say, really. I don't know what's going to happen because I think both
Yeah.
of their defenses are kind of lacking, but they're also kind of, their offenses ain't the hottest in the moment in the league right now either. So I could really see this one going either way, but I think it'll just be a very sloppy game, and that Washington will come out on top somehow. I don't know how it's going to happen, but
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I'm gonna say Washington is gonna win this one, and I'm gonna make a statement right here. As long as Daniel Jones is a New York Giants quarterback, they're not gonna be a winning organization. So as long as he's their QB1, no, that's not it. He's not a starting caliber quarterback for the NFL, and I'm surprised that they've kept him this long.
well, I
And
mean,
I
they
know a
just
lot
paid
of
him a
their
ton of money, so
yeah, I know a lot of their fans feel the same way about him. So I'm gonna go Washington all day.
yeah, I agree with you
Uh,
on Washington. Yeah.
moving right along, we got the Cincinnati Bengals against the reigning defending Super Bowl champions, Kansas City.
Man, normally I'd have said the Bengals because they usually find a way to beat Mahomes, and they do a good job at it. But dude, I don't know what's going on with the Bengals. They've just something's been missing for. I mean, honestly, since last year they were having a rough time, and they just lost to the freaking Patriots of all people. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Chiefs will probably win
Oh
this
yeah,
one with a lot of running. I think it's gonna be a big day for Pacheco.
yeah. I'm gonna. It's gonna be a quick one. I'm gonna say the Chiefs. I don't. I spoke a little bit on it in one of our last episodes that the Bengals, the chemistry's been off season, and they just don't have it right now. Burrow's wrist looks like it's still bothering him. I don't think he's all the way healthy. So yeah, the Chiefs I think is gonna win easily. Moving right along, we got Pittsburgh Steelers and Denver Broncos.
Now this is a game, man, that I'm not. I don't know. Like we're looking at last week, and the Steelers didn't really do much. And I mean, they're still rolling with Justin Fields. It looks like. And I mean, I'm not a Fields hater by no means, nothing. But he's not the best quarterback in the world for sure. This is another one I could see going either way, man. But I gotta be honest. I think that Denver might actually pull this one out. Um, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be a defensive game both ways. And I don't know, for some reason I just have a feeling that Denver's defense is going to beat out Pittsburgh's offense, and that's how it's going to go down.
Okay. Uh, I think I'm gonna disagree a little bit. I'm gonna say Pittsburgh on this one. I know they're still kind of being weird with the two quarterback thing. You know, between Russ being a little hurt and using help me out.
Fields, Justin Fields.
Yeah, using Fields, um, which Fields was able to pull out the win for them last week. So I think Pittsburgh is gonna handle this, and one of the main reasons is I think it'll be a close game, but I think it's just they Denver having Bo Nix and being his second game in the NFL. I think he's just still a little. He's still got a long way to go to like figure out, and everything. So he's got a lot to work on. So I feel like Pittsburgh is gonna pull it out.
Alrighty.
All
Well,
right,
man, it
moving.
looks like we might be getting close to an overtime situation.
Yeah, it's possible. Moving on to our Sunday night game for tomorrow. The Chicago Bears and Tennessee. I mean Tennessee. The Houston Texans. I'm about to say Tennessee Texans. I
The
don't know what in
Tennessee
the world.
Texans. That sounds pretty good though. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna say the Texans will win. The Bears got kind of lucky, kind of like what you said. They got kind of lucky in the last situation. They won. I think that it'll probably be pretty heavily favored for the Texans here. I think they'll beat them by 2 scores at least.
Okay.
That's probably my
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna agree with you as far as the Texans winning. Um, but I don't think that Stephon Diggs is like. I don't think he's gonna get as many touchdowns as he had in the first week. I don't know. I just feel like he's gonna end up hurting the Texans eventually this season, like he did with Buffalo by wanting Stroud to throw him more targets than the rest of them. And Buffalo's proven this year already that that you can't throw just to one guy. You got to have spread the ball around, have multiple receivers. So I'm gonna say that yeah, I feel like the Texans is gonna win, but I feel like sometimes Stephon Diggs is gonna hurt them this season.
They're just throwing shade at Diggs for no reason, but all right.
How I do, baby?
That's all right. I mean, I agree. He's probably eventually going to cause some kind of issues with the team, like he has pretty much everywhere he's been.
Dude, I was open, bro.
Sorry, man.
Had have been a touchdown. That's all right.
What we got left? A Monday night game, right? That's it.
The Monday, the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, man. I'm gonna go with the Falcons on this one. I
What,
think that dude,
bro?
I'm just not a
Are you
believer in the
high?
Eagles, man. I just
Are
don't
you
believe in the
high,
Eagles. I just
bro?
don't believe in the Eagles, bro.
Bro,
I think the
bro,
Eagles
they
would have
just,
lost. I think they'd have lost the last game if it wasn't for Jordan Love getting hurt. I really do. I mean, I know it was late in the game, and I picked,
bro.
I picked them
Barkley,
to lose.
Barkley ran all over them, dude.
I understand that, and I see that, but I mean, it was still a close game. I don't know, man. I don't believe in the Eagles.
Okay.
Their defense is
Uh,
what worries me. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I think Kirk Cousins is gonna have a bounce back game. He's gonna look like the real Kirk Cousins is gonna show up, and the Eagles defense is gonna pay the price. So that's my pick, bro.
okay.
Hate me
I'm
if you want
gonna
to hate me. That's fine.
strongly disagree. Eagles on top. Fuck the Falcons.
Oh, you know what, man? We skipped the damn team, bro. We skipped my Cardinals, bro. I forgot, man.
Yeah, we did.
That's good. We'll
Let's
say the
go
best for
back.
last then.
So
Let's talk about them.
yeah. So who are they playing
They playing the
this week?
Rams this week. I think
Okay.
that what right now they got us picked to win everything. All the sports books and all that's got us picked as the favorites, which I have no idea why. The Rams always has the Cardinals numbers. They always beat us. As long as McVay is their coach, I swear we have the hardest time playing against them. But that being said, I still think that we can pull this out and we can beat them. I'm not just saying that, trying to grasp at hope or nothing. We looked good against the Bills. I believe that we can beat the Rams because they're missing Puka. They lost some defensive guys. Donald's not there anymore. I think we got them. I think we'll finally break our streak. I don't know how long it's been that we haven't beat them. It's been forever, but I think we'll finally beat that streak. We'll pull out a win, and it's gonna be a close game though.
Yes, I do agree with you that it's going to be a close game because, and to be honest, it's making it a little harder with my decision. Uh, only because I watched their Sunday night game last week against the Lions, and man, that was a really good game. That was two teams that was really fighting. They was both putting up points, and man, the Rams, they yeah they lost some people, but they still look really good, man. As long Stafford's slinging it. So I don't know. I agree. I think it's gonna be a pretty close game, definitely. But you my boy, so I'm gonna say Arizona Cardinals is gonna come out with the
Appreciate
win.
it, brother. All right, that's our predictions. We'll have to visit this again, see how many we got right. Uh, Podcast listeners, we appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're watching the video, we started a new franchise with the Chargers, as you can see. We started on week
Oh yeah,
2 with these videos just so we could kind of catch up with the real life events. Um, so yeah, I mean, keep watching along as our season progresses. See if we can take the Chargers to the Super Bowl. Got faith in them.
oh yeah,
It was fun
most
playing as
definitely,
them,
yeah,
bro. It's been a while since we played as the Chargers, but this was a good team. We did change a few things. You know, you probably noticed some players were different, but not much. We didn't really change but two positions. But I
yeah,
mean, yeah, it felt good. It felt good playing as them. So
yeah. And this was a fun little video for us, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Picking it's pretty fun. We'll obviously revisit it and see how we did after this week's over with. And but I'm looking forward to it. Y'all comment, let us know if you enjoyed this and if you want us to continue with our picks. So
yeah, I definitely think we could just make this a weekly thing, and next video we'll revisit some of our picks, see if we got anything right, and then do our predictions again and keep it rolling like that for the season, man. Football's here.
oh yeah. Football's back. The fall weather's starting to creep back in. It's the best
Hmm.
time of year, baby. Best time of year. Let's go.
All right, so when you gonna be back from the beach exactly, bro?
That's a good video, man. I like that. Uh,
I kind of wanted to like
we don't know
you
how the
know,
mark. This
yeah,
week.
it's kind